So this is what the female reproductive system looks like. Now I'm going to use this drawing to explain the whole process of baby making, fertilization to you. Forget about everything you can see. Just follow me. Let's start from here. So right here is the entrance to the vagina. You know that hole where your period comes from? Good. So that hole is right here. When you go into that hole, you go into the vagina. Now, you cannot see the vagina from the outside, but you can see that hole that leads into the vagina. And now, at the end of the vagina, you get to your cervix. Now, the cervix is what connects your vagina to the womb. So you can say that the cervix is the mouth of the womb or the entrance to the womb. When you go past the cervix, you get to the womb. Now, this is where your baby lives until it is mature enough to survive outside the womb. These two things that you can see are your fallopian tubes. And connected to your fallopian tubes are your ovaries. And you can see the follicles or the eggs in the ovaries. Now, every month, it is expected that you release an egg from either your left ovary or your right ovary. And they take turns to do this. So if you release the egg from this one this month, the next month, this ovary will release the egg. So the process of releasing this egg is called ovulation. Now let's get to the main gist, to the main cocoa, and that is how fertilization occurs. So let's start with ovulation, and that is the release of the egg. Now let's imagine that you've released the egg from this ovary. This is the egg. And that month, there was no action, no sweat, no intercourse for you. The egg will have to travel through the fallopian tube all the way to the womb. To have to travel from this point to the womb. And when it gets to the womb, the body takes it back. It gets absorbed back into the body. So obviously, there will be no baby that month because this egg will go back into the body and there is nothing like fertilization for that month. But if by any chance you baby danced that month, there was sweat, and you've released your egg, yeah, this is the egg here. After the whole thing, sperm cells will be deposited in the vagina, yeah? And then these sperm cells, they will have to swim all the way up to the womb. And when they get to the womb, some of them will go into the left fallopian tube, and then some will go into the right fallopian tube. Now, the ones going into this tube, they are just going to waste their time because there is nothing there. But the ones going into this tube, there is a possibility that they are going to fertilize this egg. It is not just one sperm cell that will be swimming towards this egg. There will be so many of them, thousands of them swimming towards this egg. And when they get to the egg, they will have to work together because there is a covering. There is something covering the egg. And they will have to break that covering. And once that covering is broken, the first sperm cell to penetrate the egg will be the one to fertilize the egg. So let us imagine that this is the egg, yeah? Oh, my marker is not working. This is the egg. And then there is a covering, just covering the egg. The sperm cells will all have to work together to break this covering. So after they've broken down this covering, the first to penetrate the egg will be the one to fertilize the egg. So it is teamwork. One sperm cell cannot just do the whole job alone. Now, when it comes to fertilization, there are very critical things that you must understand. Now, the first one, see, the lifespan of this egg is just 12 to 24 hours. So once you release this egg, it needs to be fertilized within 12 to 24 hours. Else, this egg will be absorbed back into the body. Another thing to note is that sperm cells can live inside your body for about 3 to 5 days. So even if this egg has not been released and you have sex today, let's say this egg will be released in 2 days' time, and you have sex today, these sperm cells will just be there waiting for the egg. And the moment the egg is released, the process of fertilization will start. That is why when you're trying to conceive, you don't just wait until the egg is released. You have to start doing it 3 days, 2 days before your ovulation day, so that you have sperm cells there waiting for the egg to be released so that they can fertilize the egg. So let's go back to the fertilized egg. The moment this egg has been fertilized, it will start making its journey through the fallopian tube to the womb. And the moment it gets to the womb, the process of implantation will start. It will bury itself inside the womb where it is going to grow into a beautiful baby. Now I'm going to make another video. And in that video, I'm going to use this diagram to explain to you the possible causes of infertility. You see this whole process From ovulation to the sperm cells going in and to fertilization happening, I'm going to explain if at any point something wrong happens, why fertilization will not occur. So I will use the diagram to explain the possible causes of infertility in my next video. And if you've been trying to conceive, I sincerely pray for you that the swimmers will meet your egg. Amen.